This is the If More, Let's Divide podcast.
Yo, Charlie guys, what's poppin'? Welcome to the If More, Let's Divide podcast. Season 6, another week. Fred, what's poppin'?
Charlie,
Where they going? Charlie, today you feel special.
I shocked. I feel like I didn't go some dates after here. So.
So if you enter, if you look dapper, Charlie. What they go on, Charlie? Season 6, how you see them so far?
Charlie, it's
Very, very solid, Charlie.
Live. It's been live.
But Charlie, today, this will be one episode that I've been looking forward to because I have been bugging Fred to make it happen again. We've had him before, but it never went out because Charlie, we thought it would be better. He's back again.
Yes, sir.
Thanks to you.
Yes, sir.
And Charlie, I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna have fun with this episode because I'm about to discover and ask so many things.
Really?
Since this guy is related to you, how do you feel?
Cool. I mean, I think I've always been able to separate the siblinghood from who he's grown up to be. So the relationship has always been very easy. So yeah,
Yeah. Will you be able to do the intro this time?
I can try.
Okay,
If you want me
Charlie.
to.
Yeah, Charlie. So since this guy is is yours. You have the honors.
Okay. So I have to put some vim. The vim. What I can't do is put
The
that
vim is critical.
That's where
very
Mutombo
crucial.
wants vim. But anyway, so today we have a very unique individual. I think he came up through the entertainment, evolution of Ghana's social media age and has been in the thick of it since. He's been involved with the music industry and especially the entertainment industry now, from marketing to branding. I think he's one of the most important personalities of his generation. But if I do say so myself, he's my brother, so there's some partiality there. But none other than Deezy. That's my G, man.
Charlie B, what's up?
Yo, what's up, guys? My brothers, my older brothers.
Charlie.
What is good, Charlie?
Hey.
I shock. You are slide at me like you guys grew behind.
I'm not active on Snapchat, right? Mm-hmm. But I have Snapchat. Mm-hmm. And I follow you.
Oh, really? Why you never holler at me?
Charlie, me the Snapchat, yeah.
Why they shout I know compliments me once, Charlie, shout out.
I just watch how cool. But every time, right, I don't know if it's called highlight or in Snapchat.
Yeah.
Anytime you post, it's first somewhere. Like the people you follow, they're up, and like right below it is people who just appear.
Oh,
even if I follow them or not.
Or not. Oh, yeah.
And you are there constantly.
That explains. I think get plenty views on some random days.
Yeah. This December, you enter.
Charlie, like every December, the job that.
Yeah, Charlie. But I mean, before we come to December, I've been looking forward to this episode to better understand Fred.
Really?
And
You say you can understand me through my bro.
to better understand Fred.
Yo, Fred was basically my introduction to hip hop and pop culture as a whole.
Yeah.
Prior to Fred, then I did like cartoons pass. I don't even think I was listening to music.
Yeah.
Then I did watch cartoons and this thing pass. Then Fred come the house from Infancy Pim. He did wear white shirt. I did kind of first shirt I put together, that one shirt like Fred. White shirt, khaki pants, and Adidas All-Stars. Then that be one of Fred's go-to shirts. I think the Infancy Pim, then they wear khakis or something.
Yeah.
So if Fred come out in Miada Shada, I see the Run DMC, Stan Smiths. I like first introduction to hip hop. So everything I've done since then
is this guy.
Fred. Where the Shada, the music. Fred be the reason I did like Jay-Z.
Yeah.
In fact, the first time I listened to hip hop was I think DMX.
Yeah.
And I heard cussing. Prior to that, I'd never heard cussing in music before. So the first time I ever heard the F word was I was like, hey, Charlie, is this even allowed in music? Like, there'd be Fred in CDs that they listen, Fred in Walkman. So that was my first introduction to hip hop as a whole and pop culture as a whole. And
Sorry.
I'll be Fred, Charlie,
Fred.
my big bro.
How do you feel introducing him to swear words and everything in between?
I don't know. I think Baby, very funny person, but to hear him say it in this way, I guess maybe I get nostalgic. It takes us back to our childhood because I never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
As we grew up, then I never think say I'm introducing him to something. I was just living my life.
Yeah.
He was living his life, and I go buy some.
This episode is going to be a mix of English and pidgin, Charlie.
Yeah. So I bought this Sony CD player. It was a 50 CD changer.
Fuck.
And I brought it. I had traveled. I worked during the vacation. I brought it. And you know how you and your kid brothers are. So I come. I didn't make the listen, but when I'm there and I come monitor, because I don't make they break anything. So now if I come out, be like that when they
Oh, yeah.
freedom of mind.
That time my playground be Fred room, especially as you know they did. Then we enter, we did try on the clothes, we did listen to
Charlie.
music and things. So, Charlie.
But I never thought of it as the way he's describing it.
Oh,
But
yeah. That was...
It's always been.
So how are you guys related?
He's my brother, like my blood brother.
my brother, yeah.
Like strong?
Yeah, like real brother.
I
Came
shocked,
from
like-
the same womb.
Yeah.
I shocked,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, because I'm asking because you said anytime Fred comes to the house.
No, because he was in boarding school.
Oh, same thing.
yeah,
Okay,
boarding
okay,
school,
yeah.
Fancy Pin.
Oh, dope.
I think Bay is probably my easiest to talk to sibling in terms of mindset. Like I think we look at the world very similarly, from our hip hop taste to our world views to all of that. I think because my other siblings, Yvonne and I are a bit combative because sometimes we're arguing different points. Casey be quiet,
Yeah, more laid
more
back.
laid back. Then Nana Boachi, I love him to death. But I really need to listen what they talk because I'm like, hey, Charlie, what did they talk?
I think because he's the youngest.
Yeah.
Nana watch it. Oh, Nana watch it.
Yeah, because he be the youngest. We
So
really
I'm
challenge.
a bit more
what you know.
dismissive than I should be.
Yeah,
But me
that's
and
true.
Bay, discuss things. So yeah, the relationship hasn't changed because I think at a younger age he was the more inclined to read. I think he used to read a lot. Comics.
Yeah, I used to read a lot.
Those-
Comics,
Wow.
Harry
Yeah.
Potter books. I was heavy on like
Wow.
fiction.
So
Yeah.
There was a nerdy side to him that I could relate to because I read a lot when I was young.
Yeah.
So Bay was doing the same thing. So like I could see where the similarities were. So we've always had a very mature relationship.
Yeah.
Like it's never been like I think me then everybody fights for the family side except for B.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been extended periods where maybe a sibling, you know how sibling.
Yeah.
But B is the only one that I've never had an issue with. Where
So you are also related to Medici.
Yeah, that's crazy.
yeah. That's
So I'm trying to paint this picture that
Oh, I see
are
what you're saying.
doing dope stuff.
Yeah, Medici is also doing
is
dope
now
stuff.
dope.
Yeah.
Now Fred has been complaining about people making him out or recognizing him anytime he's in town because of the podcast. But
yeah.
Fred aside, you and Medici, have you ever thought of it? I don't know if your parents were like this.
Yeah.
Or you guys have paved a different path, like basically in the arts.
In the arts and entertainment.
Yeah.
I think when you're in it, you don't recognize it as much. You just see my brother be amazing artists. Like
Yeah.
all in all. We try and work together as much as we
Yeah.
can. Like we try and do a lot of collabs together. But outside of that, my brothers. Like,
Yeah. Fred,
that'd be hard to
Medici?
see, huh?
I mean, I've paused to think because I was more inclined to want to do something with my brothers when I was coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember there was a time where I was trying to build a brand called Sons of Elizabeth. And we have a logo and everything for it, but my mom is a creative, my mom is a designer. And so coming up, it wasn't a collective intention, but I was always like, in my mind, I have to do something with my brothers. And then it kind of gelled because Kwame became interested in designing.
Yeah.
So I was interested in designing. I wanted to go to Parsons School of Design. Then I left Ghana. My brother picked it up. And then next thing you know, he's an artist. Actually, his first canvas, we bought it together in America at Michael's. I think that's the story he tells. And then Bay also branched into a different interest of mine
Yeah.
because I was heavy into hip hop. And so it seemed like it all made sense. So based on what Bay is saying, which is true, I never really realized that, oh, my brother do something or Bay they do something. It was natural like to us. So
You know, Fred saying designer right now has made me realize we all have design in common. Because
Yeah.
Vertical Media, my branding agency, is mainly focused on design. So we do the graphic design work for a lot of the events we do. You know?
Dope.
It just hit me that, wow, at the very least, we all have designing.
Yeah, true.
So
actually.
from our mom to us, we all have like designing in common.
So that means there is a link.
Yes, because I handle all the creative design for all the events we're part of. You know,
And
so it's
we're like the
amazing
three
to
stuck in the middle.
realize.
So there's Yvonne, my sister is a pure academic and a professional.
Yeah.
And then Anabuachi is also not very creative.
He's also a
and
corporate job
corporate,
guy, yeah.
So the three of us stuck in the middle were very much immersed into the creative. Yeah. So I mean, in that sense, I noticed it, but it was never a concerted effort to try and do something like, you go do this and me, I go do this. No, we never talked about it. It's just something that came naturally.
Fred, sorry, the first part there, the question's all to you. do you see any trait that you have that you see in Bay? Aside your styling.
I think he's become a genius, like dress up in his own right. Like I love the way he puts his stuff together. I take inspiration from him sometimes these days, but he walks his own path and his own lane. So in that sense, I think he's found himself a long time ago. But I would say that Bay and I have that nerd aspect of us in common. It doesn't show a lot.
Yeah, Bay, I don't see it in Bay. When you said Bay used to read, and he said Harry Potter, I'm like...
Yeah, I'm still very much into anime, reading. Like, I still read a lot. Yeah, I just don't show that side of me.
Yeah.
That's why I draw a lot of my inspiration from, the work I do from.
So, okay, I'll put it this. So, Bay and I will be the one that will get into a show, get into it, Succession.
Yeah.
We will be both raving and dissect it, trying to decipher what's going on. We watch
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones,
exactly.
Wow.
Which is the nerdy side.
Yeah.
It's funny because if I like a show, I know Fred is going to like the show.
Yeah.
If I like something, I send it most of the time, I send stuff directly to Fred more than I probably send to Medici. Yeah, we have that the most in common. Like, we relate to each other the most on TV shows, articles, political views. Yeah, we have that in common the most, actually.
I mean, if anything, maybe Medici is the one who do something, and Bay and I will call each other.
We'll be like, Charlie, yo, he the one out to like.
This guy also.
Yeah, but could call him calm him down. Yeah,
But for this season, we are going to have Medici.
Yeah, you guys have to have. He has a lot of interesting things.
Yeah, I've been talking to him on the side.
Yeah.
Bay, what thing did you do recently? Like, have you dared yourself recently? That's like you were able to go through and was like, wow, did I do that? This is dope. Like,
I think because we do it every year because in the span of the last 2 weeks in December, we have at least 25 events back to back, day party, evening party, lunch networking events, podcasting, live show, evening party, after party. We've done it so much now. I'm always amazed when we get to the end of it, like January, kind of like, wow, we really pulled this off.
Yeah.
Like, so every year is always some ambitious effort. Like this year, with the beach thing we did, we're very nervous about it, but it came out very successfully. So
dope.
You kind of get numb to it. But what we have working on, I don't think I can announce it yet. But it's what's about to be like, am I really about to do this? So
you're looking
forward to it.
Same. Middle of the year, like last year, 2024, I saw you with my guy, Flash.
Oh, yeah, working out.
Working out. How did that go?
It's been amazing. I think I start with him back on Monday. But yeah, I decided to, lose weight, work out. Honestly, I did it for the most superficial reasons. I hate at the shop for big and tall, one. And two, them big and tall no get the shadows than I want way. I'm not gonna lie you guys. I didn't even do it to health reasons, because even like I'll do a checkup and the doctor will say, oh, like for a big guy, you're healthy.
Really?
Yeah, like I was actually asked Fred. I don't think I can count the number of times I've actually spent the night at the hospital, and that was for food poisoning and like stuff. Like I've been generally lucky to be healthy, you know. So I didn't do it for health reasons. I did it for the most superficial reasons, and I don't regret it. Like it's been the best decision ever. I look good. I work better because I feel better. So, I pitch better because I feel better, and all because I've been looking better. So
and
it's something I plan on doing, and I even want to make an event out of it. Beyond Accra, this company I have with Carl, we are starting this thing called Beyond Wellness as well. So we're going to be introducing a lot of wellness events around wellness and stuff. We have some wellness things coming up to take care of your skin, your body, what you eat, all that. Like I've kind of become a health nerd now.
Yeah.
So.
Have you found a way to explain to our mother what you do for a living?
My mom will say, stop going to the disco. It's so funny, but like, it's beyond that. But she does know, like, we do branding and marketing at the very least. She does know we manage a bunch of venues. You know, I tell her I work with venues and stuff. So for the most part, she has and she knows the festival, if anything. She knows the festival.
Has she ever been?
She came one time, she saw the parking situation, and she said she just prayed in the car for us that it goes well, and then she just drove off. Wow. But we give her tickets every year. She gives it to her friends, kids, and stuff like that. So every year, I make sure to send her tickets and stuff. So,
The reason I'm asking is because I think if I'm stepping outside of the family as being part of the family and examining how you grew up and the kind of household that you grew up in, do you sometimes wonder if it's how you ended up doing what you do and how far-fetched it may have seemed from the kind of, upbringing that we had in terms of how Criff mom is and all of you. Like you come from a Christian home that granddad was very overbearing or looming
was a
large.
pastor.
Yeah, and mom was like, how do you connect that with what you end up doing for a living?
I think what I ended up doing, or what I do now, kind of like, it kind of came to me because we always had an interest in music, right? I was always like, I was more interested in like the behind the scenes. Yeah. You know when back then they released the behind the scenes of a music video on MTV?
The best.
That used to, then that they beat me more than the actual music video.
Yeah.
So I was always interested in like the how
things happen.
Yeah, how things happen. You know, growing up reading these nerd books and stuff, like my imagination always used to run wild. Like I want to create a world. One of my dreams is to create my own TV show like Game of Thrones or like Succession. Like it's something I still want to do, you know. So like the job kind of just came to me. We started with Brian and Alvin. My best friend Brian's older brother Alvin started BBNZ Live.
Charles.
Yeah. Before that, Brian's dad had like a choir, a church choir in his garage. They had the studio set up garage.
What?
So yes. So this story is crazy. So when the choir would leave, me and Alvin and Brian would go there just messing with the equipment, trying to make our rap records. And Brian and I would like write track list of albums. We even designed the album covers. That's how nerdy we were about rap. Like we'd write features we don't even have. Yeah. Give our friends rap names. They're not even rappers. We'll write P Money for PS. You understand? Like stuff like that. So always interesting. So when Alvin started the BBNZ Live, he brought me on board at first to like kind of like help manage EL at that time. At that time, I think out of our entire friend group, I was the only one on Twitter at that time. So I created EL's Twitter for him. I was manager. At that time, I think I had the most followers on Twitter at that point. Yeah. So before even the celebrities came on Twitter, I was probably one of the only few Ghanaians on Twitter that was really tweeting every day, every second. Bryce would be like, Charlie, why they tell these people where you did? I hear so what? Like, jokes like that. So I came on board like managing EL's social media to kind of managing his branding. And then Hansen Akati, amazing, one of the best.
Hansen.
Have you guys had him on the show yet? One of the best graphic designers in Ghana, most iconic graphic designers. We started working together at BBNZ Live, you know, and that started a branding agency. Because what we would do for like the record label, people would like it so much. Yeah. We started getting like requests to do logos and stuff. So that's how I also got into branding. And then for managing EL's concerts, they were so successful. Henry C would be like, oh, We'd like you to put together a concert for us. We'd like you to put together this for us. And I got a call from Abdul from doing the events that, let's have an idea for this festival called Afrochella, Afrofuture. And then, so the job kind of just evolved on its own. This was not planned. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a pilot. Like, I was a nerd. Like, then I would be pilot. Where I go central, I studied accounting. So, like, entertainment wasn't something I kind of planned. It kind of, like, just came to me. And it's something I was always interested in as a hobby. But when I realized that, hey, people go pay me for this, that's when I sat up and, like, took it seriously. Yeah.
Well, you've just answered my next question. So that means you basically didn't go to school for this at all.
Everything I learned through experience and on the job. Like,
how did you even know how to manage someone like EL? Like, how were you able to? Because I'm sure EL was your first.
Yeah, EL was the first artist we managed.
How did you
we had
do it?
guidance. Alvin had a lot of experience as well, and just learning on the job. To be honest, just watching. I read a lot of articles. I would read an interview with like 21 Savage's manager before I read a 21 Savage interview. So I was always interested in the know-how. So I'll learn on the job. I would realize that, these American artists, when they're releasing, they drop the album artwork first on Twitter. They tease and stuff. I don't think anyone used to even tease artwork till BBNZ came. I don't want to say I'm the first, but like I didn't used to see African artists or Afrobeats artists do that. So when I started emulating rollouts of American artists in Ghana and I realized what was working and what wasn't working, it was just like learning on the job, to be honest.
You brought up EL, so I think our conversation is going to be scattered today, but I'm enjoying it. EL was here. He's always been one of the people I found to be an interesting character because of our personal encounter with him. But something that stuck with me when he came is I tried to find out where the breakdown was, what happened, and how he feels about like the relationship overall. And basically his response was, if the opportunity presents itself and there can be some form of reconnection, reconciliation, or even just to do like a retro, how the Bad Boy tour,
definitely. Definitely down.
He seemed very reconciliatory and open to making something happen. And from your side, of course, you're still with Alvin. You guys still have a partnership working together. Do you have an opinion, or how do you feel about how EL feels? Yeah.
First of all, just before I even answer that, EL is probably the most talented. EL and Joey B are two of the most talented artists I've ever had the pleasure of working with. EL's talent, Ghana needs to appreciate more. Like, the amount of... EL used to record, produce, and write. Like, EL was the only artist I've worked with that you can put only him in the studio.
You go do everything.
And you go do everything. You not for worry about, we have to come and listen and give opinion. We didn't like this song, we didn't like this song. That's it.
Yeah, true.
EL was the easiest to manage because he's I haven't seen any artist that can mix and master his own music and record. The only reason he wasn't doing it all because he didn't have the time. But he could literally do everything by himself. So EL is an amazing talent. And egos, a bunch of non-fair arguments got in the way, blah, blah, blah. We also started the festival, so I pivoted to focus more on the festival. And Alvin also had the Sambra City and all these major projects. Yep. So I guess life just evolved and but I would be more than happy for us to work together. We've been trying to, it's something we've discussed, like maybe a 10-year or 20-year anniversary, we'll try and put together a BBNZ concert, EL, Sheka, Kojo Q, Jules, all the amazing talent we have. But yeah, I'm very open. I chilled with him not so long ago. We went to Von D's concert together. EL my guy still. Like, we don't have any issues at all.
That's dope.
That's like my brother.
Think the culture needs it. And
EL is... EL the force.
Yeah.
Back then, bro, I think EL is probably one of the only artists I believe can fully cross over internationally and nationally. Like how Burna Boy has out of Ghana. EL is the only one who I believe. EL, Joey B, King Promise. Those three artists are the ones I believe can fully grab the international market by its neck. Like...
Do you think EL still has a chance?
Of course, he still has the talent. Once you still have the talent, you have the chance.
Yeah.
I don't think age matters. Like, there are you know, age doesn't
Rick
matter.
Ross will tell
Yeah,
us different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rick Ross blew up. When he was
exactly.
damn
In
near-
his late 30s,
Yeah,
40s. I don't
yeah.
think age matters. I think the talent. Once the talent is still there with the right management and just the right eyes on you. anything
If
is
you
possible.
if you had another chance to manage an artist, apart from EL, Joey B, and you just mentioned King Promise, who would it be and why?
Von D. We have this artist called Von D.
Yeah.
He signed to the Continental Live. He's an amazing artist. I went to his concert recently. He did Force War. So if you guys are not familiar, Von D. Ara the J is amazing. Black Sheriff. Black Sheriff, they know they need help.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
he blew already.
yeah.
There's Ara the G and then there's Baba G.
Yeah.
Yeah, Baba the J. Yeah, shout out to Sniper. Baba the
Yeah,
J.
shout out
too,
Sniper.
did Force
Yeah,
War.
Baba J.
Sniper the manager.
Yeah.
She did try well. Yeah,
Yeah.
those are the artists I'd like to work with. I want to listen to more producers though. Guilty Beats the Force War. And
Yeah,
I know there's a
shouts.
lot of producers here doing their thing, but I know they pay attention
Yeah.
as much.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
be honest.
Entertainment still, because you are you are one of the guys. And you, when people mention Afrofuture, formerly Afrochella, you come to mind. How has the journey been like from the first time you guys had it
Started.
at Polo Club,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, Polo Club.
Yeah, I do remember because I
now.
was there. Was it in 2017 or 2018?
2016?
2016?
2016 or 2017? 2017.
Yeah, 2017.
2017
Yeah,
was the first
2017.
one,
At the
yeah.
Kaiwa.
2017, yeah.
Like, how has the journey? Because I was there the first time.
It's been such a roller coaster. And I feel like every year we still feel like we have to prove ourselves. It always comes. I remember the first time I even posted the flyer
Yeah.
because it was Afrochella.
Yeah.
We got a lot of backlash from Ghana Twitter, as
Adekai.
usual. But, you know,
Adekai.
that was not expected, to be honest. And the only reason I even used my account to tweet it because I had the most followers at that time. And we didn't even create an account for the festival yet. So I just tweeted it like I'm promoting a party. And then we're getting a lot of hate. So I called Abdul and Kenny, like, yo, it'd be like, and I'm glad we did because we wouldn't have gone as hard if we didn't.
Yeah.
So shout outs to the haters. I know it's corny to say shout out to haters, but really and truly, hate can be such a powerful
Yeah.
motivation because we're getting a lot of who these people think they are, copycats. All people know is copy, Africa, no originality, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, you know what? We need to, let's get a stage. Let's get a billboard. You know, back then, no, I don't think events were getting billboards like that.
Yeah.
Like, especially the events of our scale. It was like church events and major concerts. and things.
Yeah.
So when we got a billboard, we were like, oh, these people, they come hard. Like,
They make
yeah.
crowd.
We booked Darko Vibes, Ebony, RIP Ebony. She was a headliner that
Charlie.
year. Kwesi Arthur, Darko Vibes, La Mem. And it was amazing. We had Team Vogue cover it, and then we just blew up from there. Some influencers, shout out to Sandra Lambeck. She pulled up, she got a lot of eyes on us, and then it just blew up from there. Everyone came, sold out. And then next year we're like, let's even be more audacious. Let's get the stadium. Like, let's really make it a thing, you know? And then it's just been taken off from there. But it's come with its own set of challenges, production challenges. You know, there was a year where it rained. The night before, it rained so hard, the
remember.
ceiling on the stage,
Yeah.
like if it
felt-
caved in.
Yeah.
Like right before the morning of. Everyone had done sound check. This was the first time like we'll be ready on time this year. Sound check is done, everything. And the night of, it rained so much the stage just
Yeah, I
fell
remember.
in.
Yeah.
So the next day the show delayed again. But it's, Charlie, you know how these shows there's always some challenge you need to get over. But we thank God it's been successful so far generally. But it hasn't been easy. That's for sure. It hasn't been easy.
2 years ago, as usual, online, Twitter, news came that you guys were being sued for the name Afrochella because of Coachella. I don't know if it was true, and I don't know. I didn't follow through with the story, but were you afraid? Because I know you guys were not going to stop. Were you afraid that the name change was going to affect the brand?
Afraid is not a word. I was nervous about the rollout of the new name. You know, because we did plan on changing the name regardless, but not not as
Yeah.
fast as we're
Yeah.
going to slowly roll it out and stuff. But when the lawsuits came with a bunch of other controversy, we're like, yo, the theme for the year was Afrofuturism. So I designed some merch with Afrofuture already on it. So we had already known it was going to be Afrofuture. But we didn't plan on announcing it so fast. So we're like, you know what? The festival is in a couple of weeks. Let's just put the Afrofuture logo all over the place and call it Afrofuture. What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah.
Because with the lawsuits,
Cut
the
away
event is legally registered in
Yeah,
Ghana.
I mean,
so they
yeah.
can't physically stop the events from happening in Ghana. They
Yeah.
don't have the right. But the socials are American companies, Instagram, blah, blah, blah. So they had a claim to take down the Cella thing was the issue.
Yeah.
The Cella.
Yeah.
So we could use it. So I think at one point they took the page down. We disputed with Instagram. Instagram put it back up. But then we realized that, we don't want to keep dealing with this every time. So let's just roll out the name. Let's just hard launch it now. And it worked. So thankfully, the thing was we came to an agreement. I don't know if I can.
Yeah. No.
But yeah, we've come to an agreement with them. Everything is cool now.
Yeah.
So.
It's first of all, let me say congratulations to you. I know you're my younger brother.
Oh,
big brother,
toodles,
so
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Toodles.
get to talk in those terms a lot, but I'm proud of you. I know
Thank you.
the whole family is proud of you. But
Was it a hard thing to say?
no,
Oh no, Fred.
Are you sure?
Yeah, Fred tells me all the time.
Because earlier on, emotional, you were getting emotional. Did you see? No. Did you see? Did you see it?
Oh no,
Told me just to try create some
I shock.
Okay, fair.
but
No, Kev, did you see?
I mean, I'm proud of him. If I get emotional about him, then that's legit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, because we've been able to I left Ghana for a while, and I think one of my biggest concerns when I was away was my brothers. I don't know why. I always felt like I needed to be there for one reason or the other. But I'm so glad life played out the way that it did, because even though I wasn't able to be there, they've done amazing on their own. So that's a sidebar. But my question about this Afrofuture thing is, I know you guys were having a lot of challenges with just support. Sometimes feeling like the system was not supporting, sometimes feeling like the culture was not supporting, to the point where you guys were even moving things to South Africa for a temporary period and all of that. How have you managed to stay committed to the cause of, we're going to do this, we're going to maintain, we're going to keep it?
I think because we have a bigger picture in mind, so we try not to we're trying to make not just Ghana, Africa. We truly believe Africa is the future, and I'm not just saying this to sound corny, but I truly believe we have it all here. I want to prove to people we don't need extended influences to make things happen here. We want to get to the point where we have our own network, creating shows as quality as HBO shows. We want to give Complex Magazine a platform like that competition with culture management. So what we are trying to do is much bigger than the festival. That's why we always say it's more than the festival. We are trying to monetize African creativity the way American creativity has been monetized. I feel like America's number one superpower is the entertainment industry.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Above everything else, I feel like America's entertainment industry is number one.
Yeah.
Someone in China can sell 1 billion records, but it won't matter until you sell 1 million records in America or you go platinum in America. It won't matter until you win a Grammy in America. So knowing that America's entertainment industry is that powerful, and we want to create something like that in Africa. So the festival is just the beginning of the many things we want to do. So when we are sometimes there are roadblocks, we're able to see that, Charlie, the thing we want to do, not be this small teeny guys they stop with, you understand? So that's what motivates us every day. That, as much as it's easier, a huge part of the people that come to Afrofuture, the diaspora, Black Americans, UK, blah, 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 and it's December, so obviously. We could easily say, you know what, we'll only do it in America and just please the diaspora there. But no, we want to prove to people that, we can do something here, maintain something here, like the likes of any major festival, Rolling Loud, Tomorrowland, blah, 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 right here in Africa. So we explored African countries. This year we're doing Culture Beach Jam in Zanzibar, where we're doing a bunch of things in a bunch of African countries. But yeah, we just want to like really show people that the African creativity, African talent, the African entertainment industry is just as powerful. Nigeria has done that with Nollywood makes a ton of money
Yeah.
with like Nigerian entertainments, you know. And Nigerians have proved to us that you can make millions and billions. And Netflix threw the Nigerian film industry a big bag.
Yeah.
You know, apparently they didn't manage it well, but either way, they saw money there. You know, so we can see that Netflix they won't come Ghana, pay these people, make them do original content. Why we now no go try start, do something. So we want to get into TV, film, music, like bigger than just throwing events.
Yeah.
You know, so with that in mind, when we are like stopped or when there's a roadblock here, we know that the number one thing is consistency.
Yeah.
With every success story, the one thing I've seen in common is they didn't stop.
Yeah.
You know, they were consistent. They didn't stop, and then one day God came and said, okay, today is your day. They just didn't stop. Some of the most successful companies, it's about remaining consistent and remaining afloat. And that's what we've been trying to do every year. Like just constantly not stop. So regardless of what lack of support, be it from the government, be it from sponsors, we always try and find a way. If we have to put up our own money, we'll put up our own money. If we have to lose money, we'll lose money. But we know what we are trying to build, and we are not going to stop till we get there.
I'm going to ask you this question because you mentioned Nigeria. You know, it's been a thing from time. You know, Fela came to Ghana to study music. We have so many Nigerian artists from in the past, and even recently, they come here to come and check out stuff, to come and tap into our brain, into our talents from way before Fela. And I mean, it's vice versa too. Have you thought of one, taking Afrochella there, and two, have you thought of, hey, what if Nigeria gets this from us? They have their own, Afro thing, which will drive everyone there.
That's a good question. We've always wanted to tap into the Nigerian markets. We have some Nigerian friends we work with. We've done stuff with Street Souk. Shout out to Deezy or Dumodu Black, you know. The thing about Nigeria is, the way we work is we don't go somewhere till it makes absolute sense. We need some sort of synergy. We need some sort of connection to say that, okay, we are going here. Otherwise, we would have done something in Nigeria a long time ago. Like, it's a no-brainer to do some Nigeria. But the way we like to work is we like to work we like things to happen naturally. We don't force things.
Yeah.
You know, and Nigeria, I personally have never been to Nigeria, but Nigeria will be easy to just go and do anything like that. Nigeria is very, like, for lack of better word, chaotic.
Yeah.
In sense of how they do things. It'd be very giddy place. So if do your research well, go there.
Yeah.
You know, and I saw that this year, like people were saying, I saw a whole Dirty December debate between Ghana and Nigeria. I think it works best. I think we can feed off of each other instead of seeing it as competition.
Yeah.
It's great because most of the artists that are booked in Nigeria, we get a call that, we are in Nigeria. If we can find booking for them in Ghana, great. Or when they come to Ghana, I can call this guy, get you a show in Nigeria. Let me make it happen. I can call Dapo, see if Dapo can, we can work together. We can feed off of each other. So I hated the whole discussion of who's winning Dirty December, Ghana or Nigeria. People are coming to West Africa. Let's all be happy and celebrate.
Yeah.
And try. And a lot of people that went to Nigeria came to Ghana. A lot of people that came to Ghana went to Nigeria.
Yeah.
It's helping tourism. It's helping both of us.
You know something, right? Deezy says something, and I'm going to say this. I might sound too much, but you can basically book a flight from New York to ATL for a show and fly back the next day, right? For a plane fare less than 100 USD.
Yeah.
I've done it before several times. A plane fare from Ghana, from Accra to Lagos.
It's ridiculous.
It's very, very ridiculous.
I checked this December.
Yeah.
I almost went to Nigeria one time in December. I checked the ticket price. I was like, why they go to South Africa?
Yeah, and I'm saying this because of what Deezy said. Imagine, right, travel was cheap within West Africa. Afrofuture can happen in Accra and Lagos, like at the same time.
Yeah.
Simultaneously. I truly
Simultaneously. That was where that was. Like, have you thought of it?
We've actually discussed how difficult traveling within Africa
It's
is.
crazy, Fred.
You can't even get a direct flight to some African countries.
But you guys know why?
It's like it's mad.
It's simple.
It's something I'm hoping the tourism.
So I think, I don't mean to sound, this is the nerd part, but we Africans sometimes we think somebody's against us or something's holding us back or it is scale, economies of scale. There are not enough people traveling between the two destinations for it to be sensible for the airline. Well, so take the Atlanta thing that you're talking about, for instance, right? They go back and forth maybe 7 times a day.
Yeah.
They will make their money, right? But the fuel and things, it could come. So there's enough traffic going one way, the plane will be full. Then going back, the plane will be full. For us here, in as much as we are privileged, so it's easy for us to say, oh, jump on the plane for $100. But the everyday running of the airline, the people they have to employ, and all of that to continue Accra, Lagos for it to be profitable. And other African nations, we just don't have the scale to make it inexpensive. So the flight cost per individual one way is significantly higher than the other parts of the world because we just don't have the scale. So our governments have to find ways to subsidize, to encourage travel between the African nations over air for it to start to make sense. But at the moment, it doesn't.
Because like Afrofuture go fee happen for Accra and
Nigeria, Nigerians are back door.
I get that there'll be a lot of direct flights because I went to Zanzibar and there was no direct flight to Zanzibar from Ghana. You had to stop in Kenya. And even some other African countries, there's no direct flight there, which is something we need to look at.
And it's also a business opportunity. So something that, I mean, I've been...
Also the taxes be high for Ghana.
Yeah.
Like if they buy tickets, go there and watch what the actual airline they charge versus the taxes. The government for you, the tax fee crazy.
Actually.
They make everything difficult. I mean, it's one of the questions. So let me ask the question now. Because at some point, you guys from Little Whispers I was hearing were feeling like instead of the economy making it more feasible for people to come here, in December, the goal was to hike up prices and make everything difficult, where plane tickets are super expensive.
I hate that
accommodation
so much.
is super expensive. Everything becomes super expensive, and it deters what we're trying to build because the bridge also is to bring people home, let them feel and stay or want to interact. What is what do you think a possible solution to things like that would be?
I hate that. We all hate it. We as the organizers, we hate it so much that December will come, prices of everything go up. Because a huge reason why people come is they know say that my dollar be strong for here, so they'll get to spend more and make more. But if you come now and Kempinski or something is charging $700 a night, it's like, bro, I'd rather it's cheaper for them to just go to Cancun for a weekend. Or something. You understand? It's cheaper for them to go to an island close to America, Miami or something than... You understand what I'm saying? So I hate that like people are trying so hard to capitalize on like the whole dirty December craze. Like we've done our job for bringing the people here. Now you people, they overtax them. You understand? It's something we've been trying to fight against to the point where now, if we have our own way, we'll try and get our own accommodation for people, try and get at reasonable prices, you know. And sometimes we even talk to the people directly, like, yo, do you guys want just this December or you want every December? You understand? And we even want to take it beyond just December. We want to make Ghana a yearly thing. So we have been introducing a bunch of events throughout the year that people can be excited to come to Ghana to. So the people for here who help, like the accommodation, the landlords and the tickets pricing and all that, they don't have to just for December pay then tickets economy be like $3,000. That's crazy. $3,000 economy to come to Ghana. How many people would commit to that? If like I be young guy, I don't go like what time? Like make I just go Cancun round trip, all inclusive resort save go be how much? You understand?
It's
so like
serious.
so it's like if I have like they no go charge as much, but there's only so much we can do.
But So from what you just said, right? At least every year, 10 people tell me that they are coming for your thing, Afro Future.
Yeah.
And these 10 people have paid so much
Yeah.
for tickets. And if they don't have families here, they have to get an Airbnb or a hotel and all that. What do people who come to Ghana in December mainly for your event mean to you?
It means the world to us. It's almost heartwarming when you create something and see people planning and budgeting all year. Like we release the packages as early as January, like the very next month, and people are buying. I think I just got off a call. We had over 400 booked already for December, and this
2025.
is 2025. And this is just January, So it's very. We handle them with care, you understand? So we try as much as possible to go beyond for the people who especially travel. Like people literally travel for those 2 days and then go back. We have people from Togo, Abidjan and things. They come for those 2 days and go back. We try and even make personal connections with them because it's like I can count the number of events I've left the country Ghana for, just to say I had to go chill for this event. So it's not something we take lightly. Those people mean the world to us. Anyone that travels, leaves their home country to come to us and attend our events, we try as much as possible to go beyond for them, like any other person who attends our events, because those are lifeline, more or less.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm like, are you coming to Ghana just for that?
Yeah, that one. It's crazy to hear. It's crazy to hear.
I'm like,
there's no getting used to hearing that.
Yeah.
It's not something we take lightly.
But why though? Is it because of your live shows or the entire, experience? Like why?
I think we put on a unique experience of showcasing African culture and talent. We don't just put together a concert, and we've really tried to do that every year. From general admission to VIP to VVIP, there's always arts installations. You're always gonna leave with a piece of the culture. Like last year at the main stadium, you see the Hausa horsemen.
Yeah.
I didn't even know how the Hausa and horses were a whole.
Yeah.
So even I learn on the job sometimes. I don't even say as Africans we have our own version of cowboys. More or less, So learning that was very interesting. We had them at the festival this year. We are tapping into different African cultures. I don't want to give too much away, but I see so many dope things we want to add because these days the people for yesterday copy way too much. We booked this. So we did try, shift, change things more. But I'm glad that it's all African culture.
Yeah.
That's one thing I'm very proud of. That our major attraction, our major pull, what people they come for is the African culture and to experience that.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that people like Black Americans connect, the diaspora they connect with even non-Africans, non-Americans. We go see a whole white family at the festival just soaking in the culture. They be me say they go come. They get introduced to brands like Free They Use, Subway, Threaded Tribes. I'm just so happy we get to export our culture and get people to tap into the culture. So
right now, if we say Afro Future, it's made up of a solid team and it shows in your work every year. But the face that pops into mind is you.
Me?
Yeah.
Abdul and Kenny do most of the. But I see what you're saying.
In Ghana, Afro Future is if I hear the name, it'd be you that come to my mind. Maybe you made me realize, tickets. The very first 2017, you actually gave me a free pass. Do you feel some form of pressure on you?
Oh, definitely. Because when you're carrying a big brand like that, when you've been lucky enough to establish an international brand like that, you move more delicately, more sensibly. You've been on my social media for a long time. You've realized I used to be that time for Twitter they talk by heart versus now when you're dealing with sponsors and big brands and stuff. So you try and move more delicately, but still try and be yourself, because just that's what's sold.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so yeah, there's a pressure, but it's something you grow to learn to maneuver.
Yeah. Who are you keeping? Like, who are you watching in this field? Like, who actually inspires you? Who is your goat when it comes to events, and why?
Like as far as Ghana, or like,
No.
that's a good question. I think one of my main inspirations when I really started getting into event management was David Grutman in Miami. He owns Live and all those things, and how he has been able to handle hospitality. You know, as much as he's a personality on his own, he's been able to like not. He doesn't need to have his face on a flyer of every event and host events himself and stuff. And the way he has Miami in the palm of his hands has been really inspirational to me. And I don't even mean to brag, but my partners are some of my biggest inspirations. Kenny and Abdul, Alvin and Kwame Billy, like Vernell, like what they do in their own like fields, and how we've been able to come together. How Abdul has been able to lead us throughout all the controversy, the lawsuits, how he's kept a head on his shoulders this entire time and not like broken a sweat and not lost faith has been very inspiring. How Alvin and Kwame Billy have supported us throughout this entire thing. Shout out to Alvin and Kwame. Those are the people I look up to. Flight Time Nigeria is also doing amazing things in Nigeria. Shout out to Flight Time Nigeria. I checked them out too. TZ and Native Land.
Native
they also
Land,
do really amazing as well. I also check them out. DLT in London. Those are really great people too. And who else? They try. If I forget your name, make you know about PVO. We work with PVO a lot. They're in America. Shout out to PVO. Yeah, those are most of the people I look up to. We kind of like work with as well.
Oh, dope.
We kind of try and find partnerships. If I did look up to you, as you say, they do events. I like what you're doing. DM you, yo, bro. We don't have an ego. Yo, I love what you're doing. I see competition as collaboration. You understand? So every time I see someone, and maybe from their end, and it should be competition, but every time I see someone doing something in our field, I start thinking of ways we can collaborate.
Yeah.
I don't think of ways we can do better.
Yeah.
I immediately see like Atmosphere. One of our boys does this event out of town. They cater to Gen Z.
Yeah.
He started it, we immediately tried to support. Like, yo, we love this you're doing. You're catering to the Gen Z crowd. How can we be a part of you? How can we help? How can we empower you? How can we do this? So we know to see competition like that. Like Unverified, what I have with DJ Mensa and Dramani and
Shout.
Usually that would have been competition. Because DJ Mensa has Eat, Drink, Music. He has his own EDM, Eat, Drink, Music. He has his own festival. We attend, we try and support. Even the ones that people consider us to be our biggest competition, Afro Nation, we support. I've had partners attend Afro Nation Detroit and stuff like that. Like every form of competition we see as collaboration, because anything that's bigging up the African culture is something we are happy to help or be a part of.
Yeah.
So I don't see anybody competition like that.
So you've spoken about the brotherhood when just piggybacking off of what Mutombo asked you. You've spoken about how brotherhood has helped and that spirit of collaboration, but also prior you were talking about some of the challenges you guys have faced, how Abdul has, led as a CEO, and how you've also managed to remain yourself, but evolving so that your typical Deezy from Twitter days and whatnot is not manifesting as much. Now, you've come up as part of social media generation where the language, we've had conversations at home where certain things seem odd to me, but that was the culture. And you've overcome some things, your company has overcome some things. It seems like you guys have been able to keep a level of clear-headedness that I'm trying to understand how you've dealt with adversity. The company has dealt with adversity, controversy, and the lessons that you can maybe speak about openly and freely without, going too much into the whatever it is. But I'm just basically trying to see.
I think you have to be very self-aware, especially in the most negative times. You have to take responsibility for your own, like, if you've been reckless, until you're self-aware enough to accept it, you're not gonna overcome it or even learn from it. So I had to have very serious talks with myself. Like, yo, you're part of this now. You don't want to be the one that's bringing them down. You don't want to be the reason it all falls down. So you have to it came with taking a lot of accountability for the mistakes and learning from it. And not being angry. It's very important because anger naturally comes in the beginning of negativity. The first thing is to be angry. But when you sit down with yourself and you realize, yo, there's no smoke without fire. This wouldn't have happened if you didn't do this to begin with. Why you give them chance me then talk safe? You understand what I'm saying? So when I realized that and I took accountability, that's the only way you can learn from your mistakes. So you learn from your mistakes, you take accountability for what you're proud of, and then you just keep it moving. I'm not gonna sit here and split heads and say this wasn't true, this was true, this wasn't. You understand? I don't even want to get into the details of that, but you just have to learn from your mistakes, more or less, and just have it in mind that, yo, this is what you're trying to build. And this is are you gonna fuck up based on some instant gratification, or do you want the bigger picture later on? So that was one of the hard lessons I had to learn. Yo, you can't be this reckless anymore. You can't be this guy that's always insulting people online or honestly, growing up, being a bigger person, being a fat guy, I was always defensive. I was always ready to talk shit because that was the first thing people would use against me. Managing EL, EL's fat manager, blah, blah. I had to deal with stuff like that. And I think it made me better at my job because it made me have to go out of my way and work twice as hard to prove that, I go fit do this job. You understand? I go fit make this happen. I go fit do this. So I was always back then I was way more deep. Now you can't even get me to reply to a troll. I don't have anything to prove to you now. I'm not even the biz enough to even feel like I have to prove anything now. But back then I felt like I had to prove. I had to talk shit.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make them over me. I was very rah rah rah. But with time, as you get older, as you accomplish more, you realize that, Charlie, you have the bigger picture now. You have a bigger brand in mind now. If you let these small. Even right now, you go online, you search criticism of the festival. You see certain TikToks of them. Everyone has every year there's a bunch of bad reviews you can't avoid. We don't even back then. I'll be in the comment section. What do you mean you are just late because you came later? I don't even do that anymore. We look at it as oh, Charlie, this person say he come the VIP, then this no day. How we go feel improve? That's how we look at it now. But back then it was very growth. More. Yeah, that's growth. Back then it was very defensive. How can you? But now we don't be tripping. So, we see a bad review, and then we try and say, how can we make sure this person has a better experience next time?
So, when you think about the journey and everything that is happening has happened, where do you feel you guys can, or you personally, can be more impactful?
Oh, that's a very good question. How can we be more impactful? I think we're just trying to grow our reach. Every year, like I said, this year we have something very challenging on our hands. That's if we're able to pull off, we're I grew up on of Cape Town, where we conquer the world like this.
Charlie.
You understand?
Yeah.
So I think we dare ourselves. How we went from 2017 polo courts, the park to the stadium, boom. Every year we try and take on a bigger challenge, a bigger stadium, a bigger venue. So I think we're doing a stadium in America later this year sometime. I mean, we did announce it on the screens in December, so it's not But yeah, we're gonna do a stadium at some time in America this year, and that's gonna be one of our wow, are we about to pull this off in August in America? So, how to be more impactful? Honestly, we just challenge ourselves. I look at some of the biggest events in the world, And like I was like, so how we go fit do so? And when we hear a lot of no's, we're like, okay, how do we turn these no's to yeses? You know, working with Americans or people who grew up in America, Abdul and Kenny, taught me that, hey, Ghana, we did take no as an answer. Wow. Because they'll say something super ambitious and I'll simply say, oh, this thing there no go work for Ghana. And they'll be like, why?
Yeah.
And then I start asking myself that, why did I even just say that? You understand? Like really and truly, why no go feel work? Why we no go feel do so? What's stopping us? And then we dig into the whys and then we turn all those no's to yeses.
Yeah.
So working with Abdul and Kenny really taught me that. So shout out to Abdul and Kenny. Those were
So me, I know you so well, right?
yeah.
And someone might be shocked when I tell them this about you. I know that if people will be shocked when I tell them that you are a fool. And you bait the tease. If they catch you.
Oh yeah, now they're
Like,
slack.
what do you want people to know about you that, you know, what do you wish people knew about you?
That I don't like to go out as much. I think people think I didn't like come out, but yo, if it's not my event, you catch me. Like honestly, since our last event, I don't think I've been outside like that.
Hey, babe, sure.
It's you know why?
If it's
I'm
not
at day
parties,
house,
if it's not parties, it's lunch or brunch. Are they lie?
yeah, lunch because
At least
most of the time if I do
three
lunch,
times in a week.
most of those lunch or brunches you see me post, I don't post the people I'm with because those are probably clients I'm pitching to or sponsors I'm pitching to.
Okay, fair.
Best Fred, most of the time I'm in my room. When I'm home, I'm like in my room a day. Bro, ask my closest friends. Ask Endo, Brian, Kenny, Abdul. Most of the time I'm in my room. If I don't have work, I'm not leaving my house. But people refuse to believe. People think that they like come out. I don't enjoy it too. Look, let me look at the camera. I do not enjoy going out as much. If it's not my event, I don't enjoy. And sometimes you have to support other events because you do events.
Yeah,
you know,
so that
outside.
means
When I go,
4-5 times in a week, they out.
oh no. The jobs keeps me up. But my favorite hobby to do is stay home and watch one of my favorite TV shows.
Yeah.
Fred will tell you that. My work makes me an extrovert. But I want people to know I'm actually an introvert. But you're not gonna believe me because of my social media presence. Because it helps sell events. The way I post my stories, it's done in a way where people will watch my stories and say, I go like experience this song.
Yeah.
So if I come one of these events, this be how it will be. 99% of, in fact, 100% of the women that they post be my tightest buddies.
Yeah.
If you watch my stories, you go start to talk bestie, hey sis. And you never go see I go post any of my actual relationships or stuff like that that.
Yeah.
Well, not anymore. I've learned my lesson from, being in a public relationship.
Yeah.
But the post, make people that my eye get, sell the event, and I come out at day my corner to watch you. My favorite thing to do is at day house.
Yeah.
At day house. Ask most of the people who are closest to me.
Are you afraid that Ghana would lose Dirty December?
No. Not as long as we are doing our thing. As far as we keep doing our thing, Ghana is not going to lose Dirty December. I feel like Ghana gets some structure. Ghana be peaceful though.
Yeah.
The one thing I love about Ghana is you can come to Ghana, not know a single soul, hop in an Uber, you feel safe. You don't need connections to get into. If you have your tickets, you calmly get into a club, blah, blah, blah. It's not the same in Nigeria. Nigeria is very much who you know. Nigeria is I don't think I can survive the airport Nigeria solo if I don't know anyone.
Yeah, Charlie, the airport.
I've heard enough stories from people to know that I won't dare go to Nigeria if I don't have a strong connect. Like if I know, say, my guy be well connected, I'll never go.
Yeah.
And I still haven't been to Nigeria.
Really?
I've never been to Nigeria.
You didn't lie.
I've had 1,000 reasons to go to Nigeria. It's just never worked. This December, I said I can't go, but sake of something I just talked to.
You didn't lie.
I promise you. I haven't been to Nigeria.
Yeah.
Then I can't go to Nigeria. Then somebody did there was say, I don't go.
Charlie. So Fred.
So one of the things I've been most curious about with what you do because I've seen you do it, and I don't know how I would be able to keep up. But your social media is one of, I think, your most powerful tools in your arsenal. But that means it requires a constant presence of mind to post or to curate it, because it's a skill, right?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a skill.
It's
Sorry.
a skill that it's not just posting.
Yeah.
And I know that because every time I go to post, I realize how fucking difficult it is. And I'm like, I'm not doing this shit. Unless I really want that one to go out, right? How did you develop the skill set? Or do you consider it a skill set? And how do you manage to keep your social media fresh where you're doing it every day and it doesn't seem repetitive or like a chore to you?
I think it's very important to enjoy what you do for a living, so it doesn't feel like a job most of the time. I like the fact that I can post something funny and my friends laugh, people come laughing, that whole thing is funny. I just enjoy, I kind of just enjoy it, to be honest with you. I don't think too much of it. With the events, I'm a little more intentional with like posting the fun side of events people usually wouldn't post. Like the sections and the women and the alcohol and blah, blah, blah. It's because you're selling an experience. Yeah. I'm not just posting a flyer. I want people to see, I want you to be in your bed and watch my story and be like, Charlie, I get like a good day there. Or even if you don't come, you've enjoyed it enough from my story. That you're cool. You've seen it like from my POV, like you're good enough that next time if I invite you, you just say yes.
Yeah.
So it's easy to sell events, and I just enjoy what I do for a living. I don't think I've ever had I've never had a regular 9 to 5. I've never had a corporate job. I've never had to apply for a job, thankfully. I've always worked for myself and different various companies within the entertainment industry. I'm privileged enough to have Vertical Media, my branding agency, so I have clients we do branding and things for, and it's all aligned with events. Yeah. Because most of the venues and brands I manage all want to get into events, entertainment marketing, so it all kind of just syncs together, so.
Yeah.
I enjoy what I do for a living, so it's easy. It just comes naturally.
When it comes to fashion, you are...
me, honestly,
no.
Honestly, I feel like people know they give me my props.
Yeah.
I feel like people know they give me I feel like I did shut her off. And I'm not even just saying this. Like, I like the way I dress. A huge reason why I lost weight is to dress better. In fact, the only reason I lost weight is to dress better, to be honest with you.
Yeah, are you always looking out for the labels, like the top labels?
No. I don't dress based on. I actually try and stay away from most recognized. Yeah, we all like the Louis and blah, blah, blah from time to time. But I even put on my story that this year I want to wear the flyest African brands. And when I say African, I don't mean just kaftans and things. I mean like the African streetwear brands. Shout out to Frida Youth, Subway. I love Ijabeng. I put Fred on Ijabeng. Yeah. Like, I'm always looking. I even found one recently, Chip O'Neil. I forgot the name.
Yeah.
You know them?
Yeah, Chip O'Neil.
Fire.
Dope.
So I always there on the lookout. If one person tag, like if you go on the Lagos Fashion Week or ArtX, and I'm just looking for designers and brands to dress. So me, I've always loved fashion. My mom is a fashion designer. Me and Fred grew up with sewing machines in the backyard. Like, we've always lived in a house where there's at least 2 or 5 sewing machines. So I'm always with tailors. When I was bigger, 80% of the stuff I used to wear, we used to sew right in the house, because that was the only way I would even get clothes of that, to fit. So I've always been interested in fashion. It just left my brand that would start. It just be time I no get. But me and Endo are working on something to start like a brand.
Though before Fred comes in, right? I'm gonna ask you a few things, and you just give me your choice. Smells. Yeah, like colognes.
Okay.
What, like, brand or
I don't even want to show people my cologne, but I love Memo Paris. Memo Paris, the African leather, the Italian leather, it's all under Memo Paris. They make really nice. That's what I've been using. And I've used Amouage a couple of times.
Amouage is dope.
I'm wearing Memo Paris right now. That's it. I know Kwame be big cologne guy. I'm really not big. Oh, also by Fredo. Is it called by Fredo or by Radar? I've forgotten the Biblinique one. They be me, wow. Yeah, I'm not big on, as long as it smell good.
Yeah.
Sometimes if you buy cologne there, I don't even watch the name.
So
I'm
like
not,
spicy, would you go for spicy or fruity or?
I'm more fruity than spicy. Like, I'm not big on oud. I like to mix oud with like some fruity, you know. Oud is a little too masculine.
Yeah. Shouts. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like more of the big men all one well oud. I like fruity, small, you know.
Yeah. And also that's for smells. I think if it comes to like your pants, like you are always matching seamlessly.
Yeah,
Right.
I like to.
But there is always a thing about your pants by me.
Yeah.
Like how do you pick and choose? Like, do you have someone who helps you pick and choose?
I wish every day they tweet at the new stylist. Cause I wish I could find someone that would help like that. I wouldn't have to. I love when artists are like 5 Saturdays they made them pick one. But I always have to worry, go online, do more research, find. I like wear super oversized pants now these days. It's in style now. Like I think when I'm dressing, I start with my jewelry.
Okay.
I love accessories. So I pick if I'm gonna do gold or silver, and then I pick the outfits from there. You know, I know they like mismatch. If I wear gold, I make sure say every accessory be gold. If I wear silver, I make sure say.
Yeah.
If I see people in the mix, it is like, oh.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know why.
Like wearing Nike.
It's like,
socks
yeah,
with Adidas
exactly.
shoes.
I could never wear like Nike socks and Adidas.
Yeah.
Even if, you know, even the shoe self, I just know if you do. You see,
yeah,
like,
he just clicked me. Sometimes
Exactly.
me there, I never do watch. I never do watch.
I don't know, me, I be OCD if it comes certain things. So yeah, I love accessories.
Toby's
When I'm
always
dressing.
pretending he doesn't care about clothes. He be curated past.
No.
People don't mind him.
Me, mom, I be very materialistic
Yeah.
and superficial. Like,
Wow.
I don't try and hide it. I'm very
I
materialistic.
think it's a consequence of being a child of a fashion designer.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I look
yeah.
for outer beauty as much as I look for inner beauty, even with a partner. So
Dope.
if I find small, at the very least.
Yeah, Charlie. Short.
Yeah. What do I want to ask me? You just said to me that you want to get married and have children.
Yeah, it's something I'm looking forward to.
I find that very strange. Where did that come from?
I don't know why. I think because of my lifestyle and the events, people think say
No. For me personally, it's because of course. But I've never, like, Kwame Medici, I would say, has always mentioned it. Nana Boachi actually, believe it or not, tried to call me and preach to me that I should change my life and marry.
I shock. I had that call.
That's
too.
my youngest brother. But with you, I felt like you and I were very similar in that sense that I've never heard you set that as a goal or aspiration, getting for marriage or
Honestly, I'm just inspired. My best friends got married. Brian and Aku got married, and seeing the peace and happiness they shared together, seeing two really good friends get married like that's just kind of inspired me. And I'm just tired, bro. If I go on one more first date, asking what's your favorite color, or one more talking stage, I go. Like, bro, I've been in a relationship, I've been out of a relationship, and I always enjoy having a companion. And as I get older, bro, Charlie, we know to get any younger. It's about time, at least. And I think I have a problem with like having a baby mama. I don't want to have a baby mama, and I really do want a family. I've seen how Brian has 2 kids now, beautiful family, and I want that. You know, I want that in my life.
I'm actually
I have a lot of friends that have kids now, and every time I visit them with their kid, it's gotten to a point where they have kids' birthday parties. They don't invite me.
Yeah, because
And it's beginning to offend me. Like, because I be the town guy or I don't get kiddies, nobody they call me or what. Like, Kevin had a birthday party for his kids recently, and the only ones that went there are the people with kids.
Yeah.
Oh. So, I say, why nobody call me? They're like, but you know, come. I'm like, I'll start family, you know?
Yeah.
So,
I know when you don't have kids and get to a certain age, your friends with kids, they kind of like forget about you.
So I mean, we've been talking about what we all know, you know, but I'm sure you are also involved in other things.
yeah.
Could you share a bit?
Yeah, I mean, the branding agency, Vertical,
Media,
the graphic design agency, and 7 Sports, me and Ryan, shout outs to Ryan, who's also part of Culture. We have a mini football league called 7 Sports. Me and Carl have Beyond Accra, a concierge service company, starting Beyond Wellness with him too. Yeah, those are the main three as of now. I have other things bubbling, but we can't announce yet. But those are the main things. Beyond Accra, you guys definitely need to follow Beyond Accra on Instagram. We post a lot of dope content about Accra, Ghana as a whole, fun things to do in Ghana as a concierge company. Carl even went ahead and started Beyond Namibia, I think.
Oh, wow.
Concierge company. So he's expanding it outside of just Accra. So shout out to Carl doing amazing things. And yeah, and 7 Sports, mini football league.
Here,
we've done 2, we've done 4 actually. We've done 2 corporate leagues and 2 Dirty December Cup leagues, which have gone very well. So we're gonna expand that this year as well too. So, and also I'm a piano and branch, all the other culture events outside of Afrofuture, so there's a lot we have going on.
If you weren't doing this, what would you have been doing?
I think I'll be a good actor. I tell people all the time. It's something I've always... that year they were looking for someone to play Biggie. It's something I really... they did an open audition.
Yeah.
I remember seeing the ad. It's something I seriously considered. Like, I think I'll be a really, really good actor.
Dope.
So, I really want to get into, making of TVs and movies.
Films.
If not, I definitely think it's too late to be an actor now. Come on.
Really? How?
I don't know. Unless some role presents itself. Unless I write... You know what? I'll go write my own TV show, then plug my body from inside. Then see how far. If it be, then I take it from there. But I definitely...
Yeah, an actor.
Something I want to look forward to the most is get into making my own TV show. It's one of my biggest passions I haven't done yet.
Dope.
So if you're a screenwriter, write screenplays, or you have a dope movie coming up, please pitch. Shout out to Joe Wackel. I know Joe Wackel.
Shout out to Joe. The Wacko.
Yeah. I've spoke to Ejere about, coming. I've run some ideas with Ejere and things.
Shout out, Charlie. Dope. Chai guys.
Oh, and Mamusa, me and Endo. How can I forget? Mamusa Entertainment. Me and Endo started this company. We need to flesh it out to focus on African luxury experiences. Because when people think of Africa, they rarely ever think about the luxury aspects we have to offer in terms of our culture.
Yeah.
There's a lot of luxury experiences Africa has to offer in our culture, within our culture, without bringing the Western culture that me and Endo are trying to maximize. Like even the food experience, the dining experience, So there are so many things we're working on this year with Mamusa. So
dope.
Shout out to Mamusa.
Charlie.
So that's it. 2025, we're taking over like we always take over every year. It's 2 Wise, aka Fair, Deezy do this. You know the vibes. Let's go.
Deezy do this, Charlie.
Let's get it.
Guys, Charlie.
Yo,
there isn't much to say, Charlie.
Yo, and also this is the only podcast I've done in a very long time. And only podcast I'll be on. Every year people they talk say make us start my own podcast. So.
2025, you have to plug us into your.
Oh, definitely. We would love for you guys to come do a live show. I spoke to Fred about this, and it just never materialized. Fred be bad with following up. So you have for the. Yeah, for the head up more.
Yeah, Charlie.
Yeah.
Charlie.
We can do some live show this year.
Charlie, we thank you for rocking with us, Charlie. Season
Outside.
6 episode, with Deezy.
You know the vibes.
With Deezy do this. Charlie, for tell your mommies and tell them our uncles and them our grandmothers to check out the podcast.
Yeah, tap in.
Follow us on our socials, wherever,
All that.
Yeah, Charlie. Deezy, we thank you for coming through the
podcast. Always. Let's go.
Booyaka.
And Chai guys,
we
thank you, Fred. The If More Let's Divide podcast, Fred.
Sir.
Yeah.
If More Let's Divide. Is it Let's Divide or Let's Divide? Oh yeah.